Hey, good morning everybody. Dre 1014. Welcome to this morning's scope. Hey, Ken, welcome you guys. Good morning. It's 11 o'clock here in Houston. Thomas, what's going on? Put the city that you're from there in Periscope. The city that you're from there in Periscope land. Put the city that you're from, you guys. Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks, Thomas. Thanks a lot. All right, who's out there with Thomas? Put the city that you're from. All right, Denise, good morning. Ken, driving house for auction here in Houston. Okay, all right. Yeah, and put in there new. If you're new to my scope, put in new. Want to show you some love. Hey, Rich boy. Put in there Rich if you're new. Put in there new and put your name in there as well. All right. Thanks a lot, Thomas. Appreciate you. If you're new to my scope, put new. We're going to get started here. Thanks a lot, Thomas. Thanks a lot, Rich boy. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Getting started here in a few more seconds. All right. It's the top of the hour, a little bit past the top of the hour. All right, Meerkat. Welcome, Meerkat. All right, feel free, ladies and gentlemen, to share it. Hit the paradiddle down there in the corner and share it on Facebook, Twitter. Your second time watching the scope, and I really enjoyed your Periscope. Thank you in advance. Thank you. Thanks for being with us. Thank you, Sister Denise, for sharing. Go ahead and hit the Periscope dude in the corner. Share it on Facebook and Twitter. And also make sure you follow us, ladies and gentlemen. Got some exciting things. And of course, hit the screen for hearts, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the screen for hearts. Welcome, Meerkat. Welcome. All right, let's go ahead and turn the screen around for Meerkat. And, got my... All right, and for Periscope, good morning. Welcome, everybody. DarrellMuhammad here, real estate investor, mentor, coach. Coming to you again on this Wednesday morning here in Houston, Texas. I want to bring some more good stuff, some more nuggets, and hopefully you'll have a aha moment this morning on our information here today. As always, you probably know if this is not your first time, this is a pre-launch to my real estate training program that's going to come out, scheduled to come out right before Thanksgiving. All right, and here it is right here. It's going to be downloadable, ladies and gentlemen, so don't look to get anything in the mail. All right, it's going to be instant access downloadable when you purchase this training program. 13 hours of non-stop boot camp style training. I took this from a private training I did for a handful of people. So it's not a commercial product, if you will. It's not done in the studio and all that stuff. It's boot camp style, the good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate wholesale investing. All right, I don't leave anything out. It's from A to Z, how to make $5,000 a month with no credit, no job, and no risk. All right, it doesn't matter what your background is, ladies and gentlemen. You can have a felony, or you can be a felon. It doesn't matter what your credit score is. That does not apply when you're talking about wholesale and real estate. And that's why I love it so much, all right? So 13 hours, boot camp, A to Z is coming out pretty soon here, ladies and gentlemen. And what you need to do if you want more information, you can go to, where is my little cheat sheet here? All right, go to the website, all right, thesecretstowholesaling.com. Do that right after this live stream, and you'll go on a special VIP notification list. A VIP notification list, ladies and gentlemen. The wind's blowing. And I'm holding my... All right, hey, Sky Investments. All right. If somebody can put it there in the screen, they can see it because my hand's in the way. The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate. Let me see. All right, here we go. The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate.com. You see it there in Meerkat and Periscope. You go there, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be put on my VIP notification list. There you'll find out about the specific date and time of the release of my training program, and you'll also be notified about the 13-day boot camp training that I'm going to have here on Periscope. 13 days of nothing but training, and I'm going to take nuggets from each module right? So it's going to be 13 days, nuggets from each module. I'm going to share it here live on Meerkat and Periscope, and so you can actually take it, go out in the field, kick some tires, and test drive before you purchase it. Now, some of you guys don't need to test drive it. All right, you heard enough from my scopes to go ahead and move forward and make a very, very small investment. I have a special pre-release price for those that want to get it now. All right, just reach out to me. And how would you do that, Darrell? Well, here's how you do it. All right, there's my telephone number, 713-817-5952. I'm trying to make sure everybody can see it on Meerkat as well. All right, so there we go. All right, so call me if you have any questions. Thank you for the screenshot. Any questions? Anything about my course, about your deal you're working on, about wholesaling? Why wholesaling over rentals, over flipping houses? Buy and fix up and flips. Go ahead and call that number right there on your screen and leave me a message. Leave me a message with your number one pressing question, your name, telephone number, and your level of experience. Now, to reach me on Facebook, it's DarrellMuhammad Fan, F-A-N. And on Periscope and Twitter is right there, DarrellMuhammad. Okay? That's how you can reach me, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to find out more about my course, then you want to go to... Oops. Oh, the wind blew you away. You want to go to thesecretstowholesaling.com. All right? All right. Okay, let's get into today's training, today's scope. All right? In Meerkat. A lot of times people ask me, should I close at a title company? Should I close at an attorney? Should I just do it myself? Just fill out the documents and file it at the recorder's office? And the way that I found that's best for me, and I think it'll be best for you, is to do it just one way. There's 3 things that you need to know, or 3 reasons why you should close every wholesale transaction, or every real estate transaction for that matter, at a title company. All right? At a title company. If you have a choice between a title company and an attorney's office, choose title company. All right? And you should have a title company in any major city or any city that you're in. All right? Because that is the main way to close real estate transactions. Yes, you can do it at an attorney's office, and yes, a lot of attorney offices are also title companies. All right? But I would do it at title companies. I would find the closest title company to where I live. All right? And there's 3 reasons why you should close your transactions at a title company. All right? And here's reason number 1, protection. All right? Protection. Title companies have what they call title insurance. Title insurance. That means that for whatever reason, if they make a mistake and they close on a transaction and there was some error on their part in the transaction, all right, in closing a transaction and then making sure that the transaction is legal, making sure that the transaction is within certain guidelines, then there's title insurance. It's actually insurance that they will use to reimburse everybody, give everybody their money back, and really reverse the transaction. Okay? So 3 reasons why you should use title companies to wholesale real estate. Number 1 reason is protection. It protects you. Once again, if the title is cloudy and they miss it, right? If there's a debt on the title, on the property, and they miss it, right? And it's found out later, okay? If there's any fraudulent activity on the part of the seller, okay? Because that's part of the responsibility of the title company, is to make sure all parties involved bring authentic legal identification. So if they made any mistakes on their part, then the title insurance will protect everybody involved. We'll go more to that in detail on the training program, but I just want to give you these 3 reasons. So reason number 1, ladies and gentlemen, is protection. Protection. All right? Reason number 2, and the way I use it and the way I position it in talking with the seller, and I'll teach you all this in the training program, is credibility. It gives you credibility and you a level of professionalism. All right? It carries over a whole lot differently, ladies and gentlemen, if you tell the seller, let's meet at Denny's to sign, to close the deal. Let's meet at Denny's to fill out all the paperwork for the transaction, and then I'll file it, and then I'll send you a check in the mail. All right? That's a whole lot less professional. All right? That's a whole lot less credible than if you say, hey, we're going to close at, here in Houston, I use Chicago Title. We're going to go to Chicago Title. I use the one on Posto. That's the only one I use. You can talk to my closing agent, Cindy. As a matter of fact, here's her name and telephone number. You give her a call if you have any questions about the closing. Right? That gives you credibility, ladies and gentlemen. That makes you look like a professional that you should be. All right? And it really makes it look like you know what you're doing. Then you can have a whole lot more confidence or swag, right? You can have some swag when you talk to people because you're using a title company, all right? And I'll tell you in my course, and we're going to cover in the 13-day boot camp training series, you want to use a national recognized title company for a lot of reasons. We'll get into that a little bit later, all right? Now, if you're watching this on a replay, ladies and gentlemen, on Periscope, you can hit the screen. So go ahead and hit the screen right now. Show them, ladies and gentlemen, how that's done. Hit the screen and let us know you're there. Hit the screen if you like what you're hearing. All right? And you can always swipe to the right on Apple, from the bottom on Android, and share. Let's go ahead and share it right now, ladies and gentlemen. Someone that you know, there's someone in your circle of friends on Twitter and Facebook, they need to hear this information. All right? They need to hear about real estate wholesaling and investing. They need to hear, some of your friends right now, not just you, because the saying is birds of the feather flock together, right? Birds of a feather flock together. So if you're interested in this, for whatever the reason may be financially, I'm sure you have at least one or two other friends that you should be sharing this with that also, you may not know it, but they also have some financial needs and they're looking for a way to address it. So go ahead and share that right now with your friends. Go ahead and on the replay you swipe, right? Live, you hit the parrot dude in the corner. And go ahead and share that right now because someone you know needs to hear this information. All right, my name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, trainer. Been studying and going to those real estate seminars at hotels and watching infomercials going back to 1980. Bought my first real estate course program in 1983 by a guy by the name of Ed Beckley. All right, and I've studied and trained under some of the grandfathers of real estate investing. Dave Delgado, if anybody heard of those names, right? Albert Lowry. Hey, good, Thomas. Appreciate you. Albert Lowry. Hey, thanks, August Sky, for restreaming. I appreciate you. Appreciate you over there at Meerkat. All right, so I go back to those guys, Tom Vu, right? Those guys aren't even around, you name them, okay? So 3 reasons why you should use a title company to wholesale real estate transactions. Number 1, it protects you with the title insurance. Number 2, it gives you a sense of credibility, legitimacy, right? Professionalism. It allows you to have a professional swag that you're closing with a title company. You're not trying to close at Denny's, right? You're not trying to close at an attorney because a lot of people have, mixed feelings about attorneys, right? They kind of put attorneys and car salesmen in the same category. You can't trust them, right? They're leeches and all this other kind of stuff. So you eliminate those psychological, mental traps that people have with attorneys by saying I close at a title company. Okay, so number 2 gives you credibility. And number 3, ladies and gentlemen, the title company's responsibility is to make sure that the transaction is legal, right? It's a legal, binding transaction, all right? And I'll tell you in my course, and I'll show you in my course how you can use that, right? Use it, communicate it to the seller to separate yourself and to position yourself as a trusted, reliable professional, all right? It legalizes everything, okay? So once again, you're not closing at Denny's. You're not closing at Starbucks, right? You're not closing, at some attorney's office that the seller doesn't really know, right? Then if they may feel there's an issue of a lack of trust because that's obviously an attorney you know, right? So that makes them kind of leery of, it can make them kind of leery of your contract or your agreement, right? Then secondly, I don't want to use an attorney. Don't even want to mention the word attorney, right? Because personally, I don't want to bring an attorney into the transaction, all right? Or into the negotiation, all right? Mine or anyone else's, right? Because you have to understand that attorney's job is to find something wrong, right? To justify their fee. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just as is, right? It wouldn't be good for an attorney, for me to give an attorney a contract and say, review it for me. They review it and say, okay, everything looks good, there's nothing I would change, give it back to me, and say, okay, that'll be $125. What did they do? How do I know they did anything, right? So that's why I wouldn't bring an attorney in the equation, because you don't want the other person to think, well, okay, I'll take your agreement, all right, and let me run it by my attorney. Since you mentioned attorneys, they'll say, well, he has an attorney. Well, I need to find an attorney to review my document because I feel at a disadvantage if he has an attorney and I don't. Because that attorney is going to look out for him. So once again, I don't deal with attorneys. I don't deal with them. I don't like to deal with them, not because of bad reasons, but because of good reasons. All right? I'm going to teach you how to do everything legally, morally, and ethically. So why would you need, hey, Don, why would you need an attorney? Okay? So the third reason why you want to use a title company, and I get more specific now, not just any kind of title company, an investor-friendly title company. All right? I cover that specifically in my course, an investor-friendly title company, because all title companies are not the same. All right? They do the same things, but they're not the same as far as being investor-friendly. Okay? So the third thing is legality, right? It legalizes your transaction. All right? Their job at the title company is to make sure the transaction is done legally according to state guidelines and regulations. All right? That's very, very powerful. All right? That's very powerful for you, and it's very assuring for the seller that you're going to a title company. And many times I explain that to them, because you got to assume people don't know until they confirm that they do know. All right? So title companies, hey, thank you for the hearts. Hey, don't be afraid to show some love. The only way you get love is you have to give love. So don't be afraid to show some love over there at Periscope. There's some real good content that you're getting for free. All right? And your price admission is showing up and giving hearts and sharing. That's your price for admission. All right? So it legalizes the transaction. All right? It gives you legitimacy of a legal transaction. All right? And that's very, very powerful. All right? Very powerful. Okay? It eliminates a lot of problems that you don't even know exist or may pop up. Okay? You don't know who the sellers are talking to. After they talk to you, they go, most people have a bad habit of asking the wrong people for advice. All right? So always assume that. Always assume that. You do it, I do it, unless we've broken that habit. All right? That's a habit that most people have and most people do. So it's fair to assume that most people ask the wrong people for advice. So by you closing at a title company, okay, that adds legitimacy to you, legal legitimacy, credibility to you, and it also protects all parties involved. Those are the 3 reasons why you should use a title company for every wholesale real estate transaction. Number 1, protection. All right, with the title insurance. Number 2, gives you credibility and legitimacy as a professional real estate investor. And number 3, it legalizes the transaction. All right, it legalizes the transaction. It's a whole lot better than meeting them at Denny's. It's a whole lot better than meeting them at Starbucks. It's a whole lot better than meeting them at an attorney's office. All right. That's what I've experienced. That's what I've seen, and that is the best. I'm going to always give you, ladies and gentlemen, the best that I know based on my experience, not based on what I heard, but based on my experience. And there's nothing better than experience. All right? All right? So remember that, okay? So that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. We like to keep these scopes to about 20 minutes, no more than 30 minutes, because we know we're catching you in the morning. So we hope you enjoyed that. We're giving you bits and pieces, preparing you for the release of my training program. I'm excited about it. I'm not a real estate guru, ladies and gentlemen. I make 10 times, 20 times, 50 more times the money as a real estate investor than I ever plan or expect to make from this course. I'm coming out with this course. Why? Because one, I want to give back. Number two is because I'm looking for students like myself. Okay? I'm looking for students like myself so we can partner, so we can buy residential multifamilies across the country. That is the reason why. So you want to know the reasons why? That is the reasons why I'm selling this course. To help you and your family out, ladies, for the treacherous economic times to come. All right? And maybe you say, well, not for my generation because I'm 60 and I feel like I'm about to die. But what about your grandchildren? What about your children? Do you not care enough for them? All right? So that's why we're doing it. So the course is coming out 13 hours, boot camp style training. No holds barred, the good, the bad, and the ugly. How to make $5,000 per month with no risk, no credit, no job. As a felon, with a felony. You can't vote with a felony, but you can get rich with real estate with a felony. Legally, morally, ethically. All right? It's going to be 13 hours downloadable. Not a physical course, downloadable, with all the forms and everything. All right? Here's where you go, ladies and gentlemen, to pick that up. But if you need it, then I'll tell you how you can get it today, Thomas. Here's where you go to get on the list. thesecretstowholesaling.com. Get on my special VIP notification list. You'll find out more about the release date and time and location for the course, because we're going to release it live on Periscope, and we're going to have some specials that come along with your attendance at the live event. Okay? All right? So, and also on that VIP notification, you're going to be made aware of the upcoming boot camp style training. All right, 13 days of nothing but training, 10, 15 minutes hard-hitting training. And I'm going to take content from each one of the 13 modules and give it to you as a gift. Give it to you as a way to test drive the car and kick the tires, all right? Because there's no doubt in my mind, it is no doubt, period, in my mind or anyone else, that this program does what I tell you it does. The question is, will you work the program? Follow every step, not 70%, not 50%, not think you have a better way, not think there's another way, this way right here, all right? So that's why you want to get on a VIP list. And those who are interested in getting the program now or early release, I have a special early release price, all right, that'll save you some dollars. It will still entitle you to all the live event specials and bonuses that we're only going to release during the live events or during the live event, okay? So give me a call or text. Text me at I want it now, I want it now, I want it now. Text it to this number, and I'll send you a backlink. So text it to 713-817-5952. As soon as after this stream, Thomas, you text, say, I want it now, I'll send you a backlink where you can get a downloadable. Everything's downloadable, ladies and gentlemen. You'll get it, the audio program, training program, today, right now, okay? So if you have any questions, call me, leave me a message. I'll return your call and answer your questions and help you any way I can, right? I don't know all the answers, but what I do know, I know. Now you can reach me at Periscope at DarrellMuhammad, as you see right here, and also at Twitter. On Facebook, I have a fan page, and DarrellMuhammad Fan. DarrellMuhammad Fan. Okay. I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's all the goodies we have here today. Will it tell me how much? Yes, of course it will. You can't buy something without knowing the price. Okay? Now here's the sales page, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little peep of the sales page. So when we have the live event, this is what you're going to see on the sales page here. All right, giving you a full detail of all the training modules. Oh man, we're excited about this. You can see it here. It's got some testimonies. Don't want to get to the last page, and you'll see the price. Okay, all right. So that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. The sales page right here. A little welcome video. All right. So we're excited about that. We're only looking for a few serious people. All right. You have to show up, and then you have to be serious, and you can't be afraid. All right. So we're excited about it. We're going to be a live stream release of the product. We're going to have some additional bonuses that you only can get during the live stream. That's why you want to be on the VIP list, so you can find out exactly what that is, when that is, where that is, the time and everything, and you'll be notified via email of all the details for that. Okay? So that's my time today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, and trainer. Hopefully you enjoyed today's Periscope, and we will have an evening edition of this morning's Periscope. All right? And remember, during the replay, you can still share by swiping, right? And you can still show some love by hitting the screen and show some hearts. All right? So thank you so very much, everybody. Thanks for being here. And as always, I'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your and mine very best. Take care. God bless.